Alright, so as you can tell from the title, this is a top 10. Now, Adam the Uber Punisher requested this video, and it's essentially my top 10 favorite Pokemon that are weird in my opinion, but I still consider them cool. So this is just, like, I've always say this, but this is just my opinion. Leave yours in the comments section down below. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Before we get started, thank you guys so much for watching as well. And yeah, so let's get to it. Now, as a fair warning, there are a couple of Gen 5 Pokemon in here because Gen 5 is one of my least favorites in terms of Pokemon. And it's going to start us off with Ziggler at number 10. And this is a Pokemon that I actually didn't really care too much about when it first came out. And actually have never even bothered to catch one in the games yet. Well, I mean, I have, but I wasn't like messing with it. But after looking at it in competitive, it actually feels really cool, and I've kind of like developed a somewhat like respect for it. So I feel like it's earned somewhat of a coolness to it, because freaking stored power, what is it? Cosmic power. It's ridiculous. That set is broken. The thing just doesn't die unless you get critted on. It's ridiculous. Now, taking the number 9 spot is Ambipom. Now, Ambipom, look at its face. Okay, I'm sorry. It's weird. Its face looks completely retarded. Now, there is a thing though. I'm a person who really liked Apom when it first came out in Gen 2. And, well, I never used one like all crazy shenanigan stuff, because it was actually kind of hard to get one. It's still a Pokemon that like somehow was able to stay with me for a really long time, and then it got an evolution in Diamond and Pearl. And while at first it looked kind of weird and really just not good, I kind of was like, well, this is Apom's evolution, so I kind of like did it where I like forced myself to appreciate it, and I somehow like it was actually not that, it didn't take that long for me to like really like it. So it just did. Now, number 8, we have Cafeterias. Now, Cafeterias is a Pokemon that is kind of the same thing with Ziggler. It's a Pokemon I didn't care about. It's a freaking coffin with a mummy inside. That's literally all it is. And it just doesn't look like something that I would just inherently gravitate towards. But after using it competitively, I started like appreciating it more, and I kind of like looked past the just simple, oh, it's a coffin design, and actually started liking it a lot more. So it's a Pokemon that I think that's what's gonna be the main thing with these Gen 5 Pokemon. It's Pokemon that I maybe didn't like from the get-go, but I've slowly like built up a somewhat of a how do I put this, a respect for them. So at number 7, I'm going to put in Sliggoo. Now, Sliggoo, here's my basis of it. Goomy is adorable as hell, and Goodra is a freaking beast, okay? That's just the way it is. But Sliggoo, the first moment I saw that thing, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I actually didn't even know what it was. It took me a really long time to realize that Goomy evolved into Sliggoo, and then Sliggoo was the one that came before Goodra. It just didn't make any sense to me. I literally I ran into it in the what was that route? I think it was Route 14, which is the swamp area. I ran into that thing. I honestly didn't know what the fuck the typing of the thing was. It was really freaking weird, and it just, I don't know. I didn't like it at first, but I guess I could put in the same argument with Gen 5. It just looks, I kind of slowly appreciate it. Now, it's not because of competitive this time, because I haven't really used I haven't even used a Goodra competitively, but Sliggoo is just slowly, kind of, I'm warming up to it. And especially now that Ash is gonna have one, or at least he should have one by now, because I think yesterday's episode, it evolved, if I remember correctly. So, I'm kind of like gonna see it in a different light. Alright, so at number 6, I have Electros. Now, Electros, unlike the previous Gen 5 Pokemon, it's a Pokemon I actually liked from the get-go. It's one of the few Gen 5 Pokemon I really cared about. I saw it and I was like, that's a cool looking eel. And I mean, I know it's an eel, but it's it's technically still kind of, it has its weird point. Since you have Dynamo, it's no arms, no legs. Then you have freaking Electric, which is the same thing. It's just a little eel with some fins, and then you have this thing with growing like freaking arms and flipper feeds that just came out of freaking nowhere. And it looked like, if you really play back at the Gen 5 games, it doesn't look anything great. But now with Gen 6, the way they actually changed it to him, make him actually move like an eel, he looks the way he should have been from the get-go. And he looks like a badass now, and he looks really cool. Rotom Mo / Rotom C, Rotom Cut, you know what I'm saying? So Rotom C, this is the way it worked, okay? I never bothered with Rotom. I caught it in Gen 4, but I never touched it. It wasn't a Pokemon I really gave a damn about. When it came to Gen 6, and I saw, like, that's when I kind of like started to really attempt to delve into the competitive scene. I saw people were spamming Rotom Wash, and I don't like Rotom Wash that much. I don't like I said, I didn't really care about Rotom at all, or any of its forms. But then I was like, okay, well, Rotom Wash, well, I'm gonna throw at you a Rotom C. What now, punk? And then I started using Rotom Mo. I made a team showdown that had a Rotom Mo, and I was like, this thing is gonna be the Rotom Wash counter. And I kind of just grew attached to the thing. I was like, I worked so hard. I actually did make a Rotom Mo in Pokemon Y. Like, I worked really hard to get a Rotom for that. And so it was like kind of this, I don't know, like this embodiment that I had towards the world. This is the best Rotom form right here. Like, that's kind of how it turned into. Unfortunately, with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, I fell into the fires of the Rotom Wash, and now I'm gonna be making a team with Rotom Wash. So I kind of betrayed my Rotom Mo, but I'm still gonna try to see if I can make a team with Rotom Mo again. So we'll see how that goes. Now, at number 4, I have Mr. 8-Dix, Cradily, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorites, a Pokemon of all time. I mean, from the get-go, I thought it would look really weird. It's always looked, it's a freaking, I don't even know what the fuck you want to call that thing. It's a dinosaur plant thing, Majiggy, with a really long neck and a weird-ass head. Doesn't even look like it has a mouth, because you don't even know where it's. I mean, at first when I saw this thing, I thought its eyes were the yellow things that were on top of it. No, they're freaking not. And then all of a sudden, his eyes are actually in the little black darkened spot. And I'm like, I thought that was his mouth, and apparently it's not his mouth. So where the heck is this thing's mouth? We don't know. And it has those weird ass tentacles on its neck, and it was really weird. But it might actually no. It is literally maybe tied with Amara as my favorite fossil Pokemon. And so, you know, it's just a beast. I really I've liked it from the get-go, but it's really freaking weird looking. Just looking at it, you just get the creeps. Now, at number 3, I have Reuniclus. Wow, Gen 5 Pokemon made it all the way to the top 3. Yes. Now, this is actually a Pokemon, I didn't like it from the get-go. In fact, I thought it was really weird that there was a fetus Pokemon in the freaking games. It was the creepiest thing in the world. It was a cell that grew into a bigger cell that turned into a fetus. That is the weirdest, creepiest thing in the freaking world. And it was, I don't know why, Game Freak, why? But then I was playing through my Pokemon White, and I was like, I kind of want to change up my team a little bit. And then I saw the thing, and I was like, Heh, what the hell? It's gonna turn into a really freaky ass fetus thingy. But I caught it, and I really liked using it for some weird reason. And then he became a powerhouse. Now, to this day, I've never actually made a competitive Reuniclus, but I hope to like attempt to go into it because I do have a team on Showdown with the Reuniclus, and I hope to be able to replicate it in Pokemon Omega Ruby. Alright, at the number 2 spot, I have gaspsdon. Now, gaspsdon, it's kind of with the same concept as Sliggoo. I guess this was the original one. Shellos was adorable as fuck. I don't care what anybody says. To me, Shellos was adorable to a ridiculous extent. And then it evolved, and I was like, what in the fuck is that? It was like, bruh, how does this adorable thing turn into that? And I was like, does this thing have a third eye I'm supposed to know about? It's not a psychic type, so it can't have a. It was really ridiculous, but I still used it, and it's awesome. It's really cool. It's very bulky, very defensive. You can even make it specially defensive if you want. You can make it hold the choice specs. This thing is a freaking monster. And I don't know, it's just a really, really cool Pokemon. And coming last at number 1 spot, I mean it shouldn't be last, it should be the first. The number 1 Pokemon is malwa. Malwa is in fact one of my favorite Pokemon of all times. It definitely has my favorite Mega Evolution. Or at least one of my favorite Mega Evolutions. What the fuck am I saying? In Pokemon X and Y, it had my favorite Mega Evolution, but with the inclusion of Mega Ruby evolutions, Mega Glade is definitely number 1. But the point is, its shiny form is one of my favorites, and it's a Pokemon that even though looking back at Pokemon Ruby, it was really creepy as fuck to see that thing. It was not the coolest looking Pokemon. It was random as fuck. But for some reason, I fell in love with it. Like, not like that, though. Don't even attempt to say anything about that. I'm just saying, like, the Pokemon was appealing. I really liked it from the get-go. Now, a lot of people, like, pushed it aside and stuff like that, but I caught that bitch, and I trained that shit like crazy. I got it up to level like 60 something. I remember back then. I really liked malwa. And in Generation 6, as soon as X and Y came out and the thing got a Mega Evolution, I'm like, oh, now people are going to care about this thing. And it's a monster. It really is a freaking beast. And I was breeding, I had like freaking 12, 13, 14, 15 boxes full of malwas. I was breeding for my shiny one. And it's just a Pokemon. It's literally like, I know it's like the weirdest thing to just be like this little lady with like a big ass jaw for a head, but I don't know. I've always liked malwa, and it's just the way it is. So yeah, number 1, malwa. Well, guys, that is going to be it for this top 10 top 10 weird / cool Pokemon that I like. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave your list in the comment section down below. Adam, I hope that I was able to provide you with content that you enjoyed. And if anybody else has any suggestions for future Viewer Friday videos, leave it in the comment section down below. Send me a PM, tweet at me, what else? Facebook page stuff, or Google Plus. All the social medias except for, like, actually, not just the ones I mentioned. Basically, they're all down there. I mean, you could try Twitch, but I rarely check my Twitch because I don't really stream at all because my internet sucks ass. Yeah. Also, I have a straw poll currently out for the next Pokemon Pokemon hack walkthroughs for our Tuesday, Thursday shows. We just finished Pokemon Sienna on Tuesday, so I have the straw poll. I'm going to leave it in the description so you guys go check that out. Hopefully we can get the voting done. We have it's like 2 weeks before the voting ends. You can vote every day. You can vote as many times as you want. If there's more than one family member in your house, tell them, hey, you need to vote for the one that I want, and then we can go with that. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.